because they like to show that I'm doing something. Started. And we're started. So, all right, okay. First thing, we just have a little announcement. Or first of all, we're going to be going over lessons 2 and 3 today, and I'll show you what that kind of means in a little bit. But I want to bring up prom. Okay, so prom's going to be happening May 3rd. That's I don't even know what day that is. May 3rd looks like a Friday. Okay, so Friday night, go hit up the state capitol if you're close enough, 7 to 10. You don't have to have a date. You can go as a group, whatever. If you're going to go, RSVP at this link down here, okay? And then if you want pictures, you got to put in that form, all right? So hopefully you're going to make it. I still haven't talked to my wife about going, so maybe I should do that. I have to get a babysitter for 3 kids, so we'll see if I can make it down there, but if I can, love for you guys to come say hi, all right? Okay, so this is what we're going to, well, first off, let me show you where we need to go and where we need to be real quick in the class. So somebody said people were confusing. Can you put both prom links in the chat? I will. Is it cool if you wait till the end? I'm sorry, like, I don't even know where that's at exactly. Cool if I can wait till the end, that'd be great. Okay, so this is your course here. If you can see right here, I always put the recorded live class right on the announcements here, and then hopefully, some people are saying they couldn't be able to see this. I'm going to send the link out as well so you can follow along with this. This is just basically the class plan, so you can get the same thing right there, but I like to see it in this format. It looks a little bit easier for me. So today, I want you guys to do 2.04, 2.05. You should have already done these 3 quizzes, 1.01, 1.02, 1.03. I haven't zeroed them out. I usually do it on Mondays, but I was off yesterday, and for some reason my gradebook won't come up today, so I had to talk to tech support. So anyways, so today we're going to go over the information in this quiz and this quiz, and then the next time we have live class, this one. So you really have until basically Sunday night to get all of those quizzes done to stay on pace, okay? But that just kind of gives you a layout of what needs to be going on. And hopefully you know how to get into the content. You just push content right here. Go into the different lessons, right? You watch the video, take the quiz. So lesson 2 would be right here. Watch the video, take the quiz. Watch the video, take the quiz. So we're going to be talking about, as you can see here, opportunity cost and trade-offs. And then I also have this link right here, which is basically the same thing, which is, what is it called? I don't know, like just the layout of how the plan is, right, of the class. Okay. Any questions on that? Are we good to go? Give me some green check marks. We're good to go. Smiley. Oh, a smiley face works fantastic. I like smiley faces too. All right. Very good. Okay, so we're going to do trade-offs and opportunity costs. And basically that just basically means choices, okay? We all have different choices we need to make in life. So there's trade-offs, okay? So because people cannot have everything they want, we talked about some of the things we wanted last time, right? Some people wanted a certain gaming console. Some people wanted cars. Some people wanted to buy an island, I believe. I can remember right, okay? But they have to trade off things, okay? So they have to do trade-offs, and they have to kind of make alternative choices. So if you can't have an island, you might have to settle for living in a country that is on an island, okay? You might not be able to own it, but you at least, kind of get that trade-off, right? Also, trade-offs are of time. So time's a big trade-off for money, right? How much time are you going to put in to making money so you can live that lifestyle that you want, okay? And just so you know, like in the United States, we live a very, very high lifestyle. So sometimes it's kind of competitive. Some of the trade-offs get a little bit crazy. Okay, so opportunity cost. So often people think of cost in terms of dollars, But honestly, it's a lot bigger than that. To economists, okay, that's people that look at business and that kind of stuff, it often means more than price tag placed on goods. So it's basically your, it could be money, it could be time, it could be resources. So for example, I don't know if you guys have ever heard the term, basically, you worked all your life to gain your wealth. Now you spend your wealth to gain back your health. Basically what that means is people work so hard, they put so much energy and time into gaining money and gaining wealth that now they're spending their wealth on their health care, and they can't basically enjoy their money because they've lived a life that was hard on them. So that is a joke. So you mean a joke like that kind of term? I don't think it's really a joke, honestly. Like, some people work like 5 jobs and they spend all this money. They have a lot of money, but in a way they can't use that money in the long run because they have that. I think they spend as much money on healthcare. Yeah, so healthcare, or if you look at statistics, people die. Most of us are going to die. I don't know if that sounds bad, but most of us are going to die from a disease of excess, which basically means not taking care of ourselves, right, the way we should. And so if we do that, it's not going to be great, right? So you got to spend that time, right? So time shouldn't all be spent on trying to gain money or gain a dollar. It needs to be well-rounded, okay? Your mental health is a big one too, okay? All right, so we got to make decisions, okay? Choices are not always easy to make, and a decision-making grid can help you in that process. So let me ask you guys real quick, if you put in the chat, what do you guys want to do? Do you guys have a career that you've decided you want to do, or a job that you want to work in, something that you could gain money? What's your guys' thoughts? You guys have ever thought about that? I'm sure somebody wants to be something out there. An astronaut. To have your own bakery with my family. Oh, that's very cool, right? So, business owner. An elementary teacher, okay? We may need to talk sometime about elementary teachers. It gets crazy, yep. A vet doctor. Oh, very good. A lot of schooling required in that. Okay, I had a job last year. My grades. Okay. Yeah, so you basically did that. That's perfect, Raymond, what we're talking about. That trade-off, right? You decided to trade off, making money now to get that education so you can make money later. Okay, pharmacist. Very good. That takes quite a bit of schooling as well. I actually spent the weekend with a guy that was an ER doctor, and he said that he was in about $400,000 of student loan debt, but he basically has paid it all off in about 2.5 years, which is crazy. But he was able to pay that off, but he had to put that time commitment in, right? And it was a big risk, right? What if he didn't graduate from school? What if something happened? He'd be stuck with that debt. So interesting. So we got to look at those kind of trade-offs. So as we're looking at that, we have to define what the problem is or the opportunity, okay? So I want some of you guys to put in here that already have, or if you haven't already, I'm going to open up your access to be able to write on the board. But I want you to put in here the opportunity of what career you may have, okay? So we all think the problem, I'm going to say the problem is right now that we all have to make money, okay, to survive. We can't live off everybody else. So the opportunity is that position. So use your tools over here, your toolbar, okay, and write on the board here what your career goal is, okay? If you don't have one, maybe think of something that interests you, okay? Write stories and illustrate. Very cool. I like it. Okay, we have the have your own bake with your family. Perfect. What else are some things on there? Okay, heart surgeon. All right, very good. I like it. Go big or go home, right? Somebody said your father used to work on a farm. Okay, cool. Yeah, if you want to work on a farm, you know, that's good. I actually know some people that actually make pretty good money doing farming, um, which is some people say it's really hard to make it there. So to buy a veterinarian clinic, okay, that's even more specific. Good. Help kids get bullied. Oh, come on, guys. I don't know what that means. Wouldn't mean that would be like a teacher or whatever, so why don't we change that to something specific there? To be a forensic computer analyst. I like it. Oh, help kids that get bullied. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Never mind. So to be a counselor, I read that wrong. I apologize. Oh, sometimes maybe I need to go back to school to read a little bit better. Okay, very good. Okay, so that gives us some things on there. Okay, so let's go to the next slide real quick. So what you need to do is you need to gather relevant information about the topic, right? So if you want to be like that heart surgeon, right? What does it take to go through college, right? As I said, that I spent that weekend with that doctor, and he had to go to his undergraduate degree. He had to take all these chemistry classes, everything like that. He had to take out student loans. He had to do things like that, okay? Or to own a bakery, what does it take? How much money do you need up front to buy a bakery? Can I start it from scratch? Am I going to have to maybe start out of my home or do one of those little vans, right? Or not vans, but the, what are they called? Those really good places that have the trucks, the food trucks. You know, maybe you do a food truck at first rather than open up a store. So there's all kinds of ideas out there. Okay, then you got to diagnose the cause. Okay, make up assumptions, right? So it's going to take me a lot of money to buy my bakery, so I'm going to have to probably find some other means of work in order to fund that, right? And you got to understand what the risks are, okay? So if you drop out of medical school, you're going to be left with all those things. Yeah, you're fine. If you can't say the whole class, that's okay. Just watch the recording after if you would. That'd be great. So think of all those things as you're kind of going through this model here. Okay, develop alternatives. Okay, so if maybe you can't be a heart surgeon, maybe you want to be an RN. Okay, and so you can get a doctorate in being an RN and be basically like a family practitioner, but not actually have a medical doctorate. Okay, so that's something on there. You may have to work your way up, like different steps, like be a CNA, then an RN, then so on, and keep working your way up there. Evaluate alternatives and understand the consequences. Okay, so just for example, like I went to school and I thought, oh, I'm going to be a lawyer, right? Because lawyers are cool. They make a lot of money. And I found out, yeah, lawyers aren't that cool. I mean, you have to work a lot of hours. Some attorneys don't make a ton of money if you want to go into a certain amount. So it just basically depends on what you want to do. So you may have to go and look at alternative routes to plan on. Okay? Then you need to choose and decide what it is, and you implement it, and then you evaluate and control. So basically, if I'm deciding, hey, I'm going to be a doctor, like in school right now, you probably want to take a whole bunch of science classes, learn a whole bunch of medical terminology, take health classes, probably start taking some concurrent enrollment or AP classes in order to help you on that path. Okay, and it'll take a lot of work. It's going to take, so if you want to be a doctor, right, you're probably thinking about that about 12 years out, okay, with your regular college, medical school, and residency. So a lot to kind of think about, and then you got to just do it, right, which is the hard part. So we have a whole bunch of distractions, okay, and so this is a model that that was made. I first learned it in like the Stephen R. Covey. I don't know if you've heard of that. 7 Habits for Highly Effective People. But anyways, he listed this thing, the 4 quadrants here. So he had important, not important, urgent, and not urgent. Okay. So we have things that are important and urgent. Okay. And a lot of people spend time in this one. Like, my phone rings. It's important. It seems urgent. Oh, I better answer it. Right. That actually happened right as class started. As my phone started ringing, I was like, well, you know what? I got to put that things off. I got to prioritize what needs to happen. There's a lot of things that are important but not urgent. So that would be like your health. Okay. So like going to the gym, running around, that kind of stuff. It's not urgent right now. Someday it may turn into urgent when you have to go to the ER because you're having a heart attack or something like that. But right now it's not urgent, so you don't really think about it too much, okay? And then you have other things that, that you feel that are urgent but not important. Maybe that more, like my phone call, would go into level 3. But if you kind of evaluate things on what's important and what's not and prioritize them, so you can accomplish those goals that we set, right? Career-wise, that kind of stuff. And we're going to talk more in this class on later lessons about why it's so important to go to get more education, even if it's just not college. But if it's like a certificate or something like that, you're going to make a lot more money down the run and live a higher lifestyle. So that's where we're kind of at there. So we've already kind of talked about all of this. This is kind of the same steps, kind of over the same model. But it says, catch a vision, who you are, what you like. So my wife's kind of going through this. She's been teaching for a while, and she's kind of like, I just don't know if I like it as much as I used to, But she really likes like interior design and stuff like that. So I'm pushing her, hey, why don't you do some interior design stuff, and see kind of what you like there. Okay. Evaluate what's called your financial health. Okay. So if you don't know where you are, how can you determine how you need to be? Okay. So what it means by financial health is basically, how am I going to accomplish these goals? Okay, how am I going to get to that lifestyle that I want to live if you kind of don't know where you are? So you really got to evaluate. We talked about a budget last time. We're going to talk more about a budget in future classes. But you got to think of, where am I spending things? How much money I'm going to come in? If I determine to be a heart surgeon, right, you're probably going to make a lot of money in the long run. But the short term, you're not going to make any money. You're going to be poor, okay? So you got to figure out how you kind of do those things and how you can navigate the system. And that's what this class is kind of for. Like, I can teach you guys how to get money for college, how to apply for grants, get some money, classes that you can kind of take for free, and help you out with those things. Okay, so that's what this is all about. Okay, this one talks about defining your goal. Okay, some people are good with, for example, what's the cost of time, money, and effort? Okay, so some people, and this is completely fine. Like, my wife does this. She only likes to work part-time because she feels that her time is more spent on, she wants to spend more time with family, right? Spend more time with the kids, but she likes to have some money as well, so that's why she kind of works part-time. Okay, and you got to think about effort as well. Okay, so if you're going to a job that's very physically demanding, you may want to see if that's actually a good idea, because there's a lot of effort that goes into that. Is that worth it in the long run? I know a lot of general contractors, and he's made a lot of money building houses, building a whole bunch of different buildings, but he's like lost a lot of his health. He has to go, and every day he's on some pain medication, all kinds of stuff. So think about that as you're defining your goals moving forward. And then the last one it talks about right here is an action plan. How do you accomplish this? Okay, how do you make a plan in order to accomplish your goals moving forward? And we already talked about that in the other one. Okay, so that really leads us to the end of the class. I told you it'd be not too long, so hopefully after 3 or 4 classes in a row you are alive still. But if you have any questions moving forward, please contact me. This is my phone number. You can call or text me. I am going to be putting in zeros as soon as I get access to the gradebook again on just the lesson 1. So please get at least lesson 1. It's like quiz 1.01, 1.02, and 1.03. Get those done, and this week you're working on 2.03, 2.0 or 2.04, 2.05 quiz, and then everything in lesson 3 as well. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to shut off the recording real quick. I'm going to stay after. I'm going to get those links for prom because I knew some people were interested in the prom, and then we'll go from there. So